I'm going to show you everything you need to know about celebrating and showboating in Madden 24. There were a lot of new celebrations added, there's a lot of new ways to celebrate, and there's a ton of signature celebrations for a bunch of people, and I'm going to show you how to do them. This video is presented by the EA Creator Network, as they did allow me to get some early footage so that I could show you guys. And I'm on a slightly earlier build of the game, so it is a work in progress and some minor things could change. Starting off with signature celebrations, of course we got to start with the Griddy. This isn't new to Madden 24, but I'm going to show you how to do it. When you score with Justin Jefferson, you're going to hit the signature option. There's 4 different options when you score a touchdown. You've got team, you've got flex, you've got dance, you've got signature. Sometimes they'll show you swagger if you don't have a signature celebration. Justin Jefferson and Jamarr Chase are the only players to my knowledge that can do the Griddy. I tried to do it with DJ Chark because he could do it last year, but for some reason he couldn't do it this year. But Justin Jefferson and Jamarr Chase have 2 different versions of the Griddy that you can do when you choose signature celebration on their first downs and touchdowns. And then we've got Waddle's signature Waddle celebration. So when you score with him, again, you want to hit signature and he's going to waddle around the end zone like a duck. So here you go. Waddle's Waddle celebration is in Madden 24. Now, when you're running away with Tyreek Hill, you got to throw up the deuces. It's only right, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But really quickly, I'm going to show you how to celebrate as a team. When you score in the end zone, you can select team celebration, and your teammates will join in. And there's a bunch of these in the game this year. There's a bunch of new ones and old ones you can use. But if you want to throw up the deuces with Tyreek when you're on a breakaway run, you hold left trigger, right trigger, and A at the same time on Xbox. On PlayStation, you hold L2, R2, and X at the same time. Now, if you score a rushing touchdown with Kyler Murray, he's also got a signature option you can select, and he will do his meditation celebration that we've seen him do in the NFL. So it's really cool. This isn't new to the game, but a lot of people don't actually know that this celebration exists. It does. You can do it by just selecting signature celebration when you run in with Kyler. Michael Thomas also has some signature celebrations for first downs and touchdowns. You can select the signature option, and he's got a bunch of different flexes he will do. If you watch Michael Thomas play, you know that he pretty much flexes after every catch, and you can do that with him in Madden 24. And of course, we can't forget about A-Rod. When you run into the end zone with him, you select signature, and he will do his classic discount double check celebration, and you gotta love that. Now for Lamar Jackson's signature, when you run into the end zone, you select signature option, and he's gonna do the Kodak Bop. We've seen him do this in the NFL, and you can do it in Madden 24 as well. Moving on to Patrick Mahomes, when you run into the end zone with him, he also has his signature where he wipes down the jersey and he flexes for the crowd. We've seen him do this a few times in the NFL when he makes a big play or a touchdown, and you can do this in Madden 24 by selecting the signature option. His teammate Travis Kelce has his signature running into the end zone celebration, similar to Tyreek Hill. When you're on a breakaway run, you want to hold left trigger, right trigger, and A, or if you're on PlayStation, L2, R2, and X, and he will wave his arms running into the end zone. George Kittle also has a signature celebration. I'm not sure if this is new or if it was already in the game, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know about this one. You know, when he makes big plays and touchdowns, we've seen him do this in the NFL, and you can do it in Madden as well. And maybe people forgot, but Brandin Cooks has had his signature celebrations in the game for a while. I think there may be different variations of him pulling out the arrow and shooting it, but if you select signature, you'll see him in Madden 24. Now, most of this video was recorded a week ago, but I had to go back and add Zeke as he just signed with the Patriots. When you get the first down or a touchdown, you can do his signature, and he's going to serve up the food, and he's going to eat it just like he does in real life. Now, let's move on to the dancing celebrations when you score a touchdown. Your teammates a lot of times will join in with you, and of course, we got this new one, that I Just Want to Rock dance. So when you score a touchdown and you select dance, your teammates will usually join in with you, even though it's not an actual team celebration that you're selecting. Here's another variation of that dance that you can get when you select dancing touchdown. So when you do dances, sometimes they'll be solo, sometimes your team will join with you. It just depends. Here's a new solo one, the sturdy dance. That is new to the game this year. So when you dance in the end zone, you can sometimes get the sturdy celebration, which is cool. Here's some more dancing celebrations running into the end zone here with Slayton. And again, even though we're not selecting team celebration, your teammates will join in with a lot of these. Some of these are new. Some of them may have been there. I'm not 100% sure of all the ones that are new. I don't remember seeing this one in particular. Some of these ones here with the Giants, you got them like doing the Dougie and doing like the stanky leg and stuff. Some of these may have been there. Like I said, some of them are definitely new for sure though, but there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can get. And you got the swag surf here as well with the Seahawks. Something I like this year is when you select the dance celebrations and some of the team ones, they show a lot more variety. It seemed like in the past you'd get the same few over and over, but playing the game for a little bit, I saw a lot of variety. There were certain ones that it, I only saw one or twice and I couldn't even get them to trigger again because they give you so much different variety this year, which I think is really cool. Now there's also a bunch of flexing celebrations. You can do these after first downs and after touchdowns. There's a ton of them. There's at least, I would say, 15 plus. I've seen so many different variations of these flexing touchdowns playing the game. And again, sometimes your teammates will even join in with you as well. There's also a ton of different spike celebrations. And once again, the teammates join in on a lot of them. I think that's one thing I noticed that's kind of different lately is when you do these celebrations, a lot of them used to be solo celebrations unless you actually picked the team option. But now, even some of these other ones, your teammates join in a lot more. Now, when you score first downs, of course, you can kind of have all the same options for the most part. You can dance, you can flex, you can do swagger, which I don't really even know what swagger means. It's just kind of like more outrageous ones, I think, typically. You can do first down celebrations, which is obviously popular. There's a ton of those in the game. Now let's talk about showboating. We saw a little bit of this with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce because they had signature ones, but when you're breaking away for a touchdown, you can hold left trigger, right trigger, and A, or on PlayStation, L2, R2, and X, and you'll have a ton of these different showboat animations. And the new one this year is actually the anime run that you're seeing right here. They added that to the game, and these are just always fun to do when you just break off a big run, but you can go between the legs. There's a ton of different ones here. You can kind of high step. You can do crazy, obnoxious ones like this. You can turn your back to the defense and put your finger over your mouth. That's kind of a pretty disrespectful one right there, but there's a ton of fun ones. Of course, the high steps always like a classic that you can do as well. You can even do things like waving at the crowd. So they're going to kind of just be random when you hold the triggers and the A or X button. They're going to give you different ones. And if you want to dive into the end zone, you just hold X or square, and then once they hit the ground, they'll do, you know, some stuff like that. If you want to just fall into the end zone, you can tap X or square, and it's kind of just funny, like you're breaking away, but you're just falling over the goal line when you tap the button, and then they'll kind of dance on the ground a little bit, or they'll swim, or they'll do like snow angels and stuff like that. Now here's another new thing that is like really cool. So there are different celebrations you can unlock when you do the showboating right as you're crossing the goal line. So again, it's the same as what we were just talking about: left trigger, right trigger, and A, or on PlayStation, L2, R2, and X. If you hold this like right around the 2 or 3 yard line, they'll actually go over the plane with these different celebrations that you can't trigger any other way. So they'll like do a front flip, they'll do the worm. There's a few different ones that I was able to see, like right here you see Odell front flipping with the Steelers chasing behind him. So again, you got to hold the triggers and the A or X button like right as you're about to cross the goal line. Right here he just puts the ball down. I actually really like these. I think these are cool. They're a little bit different. You can't trigger these any other way, and they're kind of just random. You've got the jump shot one right here, and you're gonna see just different players doing this real quick. But I think this is actually one of the more fun ones that they actually did put in the game. You're gonna see here with Chris Olave doing the army crawl. So there's probably a ton of these that I haven't even seen yet. I just, you know, recorded for a little bit and tried to get as many examples of different ones I saw. Here you'll see Mike Williams just gonna step back and take a bow. So those are pretty fun. Another fun one people don't really know about that was in the game before, but if you do the showboating with a teammate next to you and you're like inside the 5, your teammate will showboat with you. So again, left trigger, right trigger, A, or L2, R2, X. You do this like inside the 5 on a breakaway, and your teammates will showboat with you. Like right here, you see Smith. He's actually handing the ball to AJ Brown as he crosses the goal line, and they're kind of just dancing together. These are super cool. A lot harder to trigger because it has to be the perfect situation, but they're really fun. Now, if you score a touchdown and you just simply don't select anything, your teammates will just come hype you up and jump on you. And I think these are actually really cool because not every play in the NFL are you going to see like these elaborate touchdown celebrations, but basically every time a touchdown is scored, you see this. You see the teammates getting hype with you, running up, patting you on the back, pushing you around. So if you want to get these types of celebrations, just simply score and don't select anything, and they'll do this every single time. Now here's something really cool. If you score a game-winning touchdown, your teammates are going to get hype and celebrate, and this is awesome to me because this makes the game feel so much more alive. You just scored a walk-off, and look at everybody. They're amped up, they're jumping around, they're all congratulating Odell, pushing him around. That's pretty awesome. Here's another cool one on defense you'll get randomly. If you knock the ball loose or you defend the pass, they'll do the too small celebration. I mean, we see this in every sport now. This is so popular, so glad to see it in Madden 24. And of course, if you intercept the ball, you have all the same options. Pretty much you can flex, you can dance, you can do swagger and all that stuff. So you can show off on defense as well when you make a big stop. Now, if you want to see some of the player likeness and equipment updates that were added to Madden 24, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.